you? How are you? This is the Taryn Lamp Show, season number 9, episode number 4. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is the Taryn Lamp Show, season number 9, episode number 4. We are here most Tuesdays. I would not say every Tuesday. Hey, Christine. But most Tuesday. Hey, London. Most Tuesdays we're here. And we have a guest on this morning. Hello. This morning. I don't even know. This evening. Yeah, this evening. So I'm going to wait for her to join. But if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go subscribe to I Am Taryn Lamp. And if you haven't listened in podcast, it's on Apple Podcast at the Taryn Lamp Show. So thank you so much. We are going, like I said, season number 9, episode number 4. Hey, Jordy. And every Tuesday, or like I said, Tuesdays when we come on, we have a story from everyday people, just like you, with amazing stories. That's where this show came from. A lot of you guys know I moved here from California, and I used to see a lot of people all the time. Elizabeth Taylor, I got a chance to see. Tom Cruise, I saw. And I saw all these people that were doing quote-unquote amazing things, and I realized there are a lot of people around me that do amazing things. A lot of people around you that do amazing things. So if you have a story, I would love to have you on the show. No story is too big. No story is too small. This is the Taryn Lamp Show. We're over 100 episodes strong. I've been doing this since COVID, just bringing on people and sharing their stories. And it's amazing how we can all connect just through a story, right? So I want to get Karen on here, and let me see if I can get my guest on. Hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Hey, Steph, what's up? I'm learning how to talk through this thing. So let's see if that works. Hi, Karen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Taryn? Thank you so much for having me.
How are you, beautiful? It's good to see you in real life.
Yes, indeed. Nice to see you as well.
So guys, this is the Taryn Lamp Show, season number 9. So I wanted to let you know, like I was saying earlier, if you have a story, if you know someone who has a story, I'd love to have you. It's interesting because I always say to people, I'd love to see them in real life, because you guys, my guests are from everywhere. We're from all over. And I just think that's amazing. We all have a story to share. Everybody pretty much, can connect in some way or another. And I think that's so amazing. A lot of my guests, we don't live in the same city, right? We don't even live in the same state. But that's what's cool about it, is that we all have a story. We all have a journey, and we can connect, and we can share, and we can learn from each other. So if you have a story, I'd love to have you on the show. If you know someone who has a story, I'd love to have them on the show. Let's get started with you, Karen. Thank you so much. So one of the things, I want to hear about your journey. But as I was thinking about one of the things that I love about your journey, and we'll probably get to it, so I don't want to do spoiler alert or anything, is that you have someone who is coming along with you, and you're coming along with them. And I love that about your journey, because I'm fortunate enough to have someone with me in my journey, and I come along his side as well. So I love that part. But let's get started about how you got here, how you got to this journey. Tell us a little bit about Serve Your Body and how you're doing that for yourself and those around you.
Okay, Serve Your Body, it is basically a company that helps women. I mean, I would definitely help men, because my husband has been on the journey, and he has been successful, down 75 pounds over 4 years. So he's been able to maintain it. And that's one of my philosophies, is to not only reach your goal, not only set a goal, but reach your goal and then maintain your goal. But how did I get here? I got here because, Taryn, I had low iron. I was fatigued. My vitamin D was low. I had no energy, and I had to do something about it. I even had to have a blood transfusion one time. And we did work with a wellness coach. We talked to her, and she put a plan together for us. But the thing about it is, somebody can put a plan together for you, but you have to do the work. Right. And we were at the point where we were ready to do the work. And I was basically malnourished. I love to snack, not that I didn't eat, but I would love to snack, snack, snack. And um, my levels were not good. But now on the other side, I'm getting all of the greens that I need, the vitamins, the minerals, and before I just was not.
So if you see me looking down here ever, it's because I'm doing this.
That's fine. Okay.
And one thing you said is somebody can put a plan together for you, but you have to do the work. So I think that's important, right? I think it sounds good. It's easy to, it rolls off the tongue, easy to write down.
Yes.
But super, super, super not as easy to do.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. So what got you motivated, other than the fact that you did already kind of have these challenges, and maybe that was it? Because there's lots of people that say, I'm going to do it, right? And then there's the people who do it. There's the people who wish they would have, and the people who do. So what took you from hearing those diagnosis to knowing you have to do a problem, a challenge, to somebody giving you a plan, to then you into executing mode?
A couple of things. It's two-sided. One, I wanted to make sure I was healthy. And knowing that I was not healthy, that was my motivator. My second motivator was my husband was coming along with me. And my husband was overweight. Like I said, he lost 75 pounds. But he had, over the years, and Taryn, I've been married for over 30 years now. He's always been overweight, my husband, who I love dearly. And I wanted it for him, but he had not gotten to a place where he wanted it for himself. And once he wanted it for himself, we joined each other's hands and joined at the hip, and we hit it hard. For 9 months, Taryn, we were doing basically fruits and vegetables to clean our bodies out because our cells needed to be cleaned out. And we're still maintaining that pretty much 4 years later.
Awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure he enjoys you're pushing him along. I know sometimes, as a wife, you can say oh my goodness, we probably do fire. I'm getting some fire. I love that. I love that too. I know sometimes they think, oh my goodness, what's going on? What are they talking about? But I think this one's a good positive one, and you guys can motivate each other. So then how did you take that, Karen, so this is the Taryn Lamb Show, guys. Make sure you're liking, following, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you know someone who'd like to be a guest on the show, I would love to have you. What got you from that? So now you went from having the plan, you put in the work, your husband's put in the work, and now you're to a point where you're sharing with others, because lots of people take the plan, they do the work, and I think that's all amazing, and that's all good, and it's all fine, right? If that's where you want to go, if that's your goal, that's fine. But then you decided to take that a step further and now branch out and help others kind of learn to do that work too. So what gave you guys what set you said, you know what, let's just help other people get to where we are?
Absolutely, absolutely. Once we started on the journey, people noticed. They even noticed that I had some weight loss as well. And they noticed my husband's weight loss. And some people, Taryn, they even thought he was sick. They would send me little secret messages saying, is your husband okay? And I would respond, no, he doesn't have any knee issues anymore. He's in the best health that he has been since I've known him. And so people started asking us questions, and we just began to share. And the more we share, the more people would ask questions. And I've been in, before I really started coaching, I was talking to people on the phone about, well, what do you eat? How did you do this? How can I benefit as well? And so I took that as I need to go a little bit farther. So what I did was I said, let me help people. And so I put a plan together and begin to help mainly ladies. But if a man wants to come along, he can come along because we all can benefit from this.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's so important, right? But I think what's important is like to the steps, right? Like, I
Yes.
think you saw something for yourself, right? You're getting some hearts there. You saw something for yourself, and then now you're able to share, that with others. And I think there's a component of it, like I said, to have your spouse come along with you, that also people might, be interested in learning, right? Like how to do that. Because I always joke with people like about my husband and I working out together. I think we maybe have tried it like a half a time, and we don't do it. Let's
Uh-huh.
just say, but we both work out, but we work out individually, right?
Uh-huh.
And so maybe people have questions on that, like, how is it like working out with your spouse, and how is it like, do you guys go to the gym at the same time, and
Yes.
how does that work? And if there's someone on the other end that's going to be listening to this, how do they get their spouse to
Uh-huh.
go to the gym? You know?
You know, my husband, even being a little bit overweight, he always worked out. He would swim, he would cycle a little bit, he would play basketball, and it was always our desire to work out together.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, so we still work out separately, but we take at least 3 days during the week and we work out together. We'll go to the gym or we'll walk. And
Okay.
it was always a desire of ours. And when he started on the journey, he was cycling
Okay.
and in a spin studio. And he still does that until today.
Okay.
He will not stop spinning. And that really took him over the hump as he was on this journey. So we work out together, we, lift weights, we walk, and it's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some people, like I said, I think some it works, good. And then others just like kind of maybe we'll go to the gym together, but it's like, boom, like, boom, like we're on one separate quarters of the gym. I know, right? Hearts and fire,
All
right?
right.
That's what I feel like. Hearts and fire when we're at the gym together. So what are some things you're telling your clients then, like, to help them start? Because there's someone who wants to start this, and whether it be with someone, let's now focus on even if it's just an individual person, man or woman. What are maybe some beginning steps that you can tell them to start with? Because getting started is the hardest part.
Okay. One thing I would say, and it's not as easy to do as I'm about to say it. Stay hydrated.
Okay.
Stay hydrated with water, with fruit or lemon. I got mine over here too. And fresh juice. I make fresh juice every week. I make smoothies every week. And so stay hydrated. That is so important. And another thing is to learn about food, because food, it can trick us. I'll just say it like this: our taste buds can trick us into eating food that's not really good for us.
Tell me more.
And so if we just take a pause,
okay,
give our taste buds a chance to eat a little bit more raw, a little bit more vegetables, and a little bit more fruit, and try to avoid, I don't say don't eat it at all, avoid added sugar, avoid artificial sweeteners, avoid fast food, avoid fried food, avoid, don't put as much salt on your food, as you have in the past. Take those little steps first, and then keep moving. And sometimes people, they need, the clients that I work with, they need somebody to hold their hand. They need to be accountable. They need to look at me face to face and say, Karen, I messed up today. And one thing that I tell them, there's no self-sabotage.
Right.
If you did not eat on plan today, well, the next hour, you can start over. Yeah. Eat on plan. Not next week, not the next day, but that next meal or the next snack, you can start over again and eat on plan. And one thing that I focus on also, Taryn, is that we want to heal from the inside out because our cells need to be cleansed. And, we have some toxicity going on in our bodies, everybody. And we need
Right.
to keep our bodies as clean as possible. So I also encourage my clients to focus on being healed from the inside out. And most of my clients are on medicine. And we're working towards them getting off medicine or at least reducing their medicine the healthy way.
Right. I know. We got some hearts on that one too. That's great. I think that's, just getting off of it or getting to a healthy state.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I always keep water around me. I mean, it's a little more challenging for me now that I'm in the cold, to drink water. But I think that's some of the keys that the tips that I've learned too, that others have taught me is like put some lemon in it or
Yes.
put something in it. Gives
Or
me
tea. Have some nice hot tea.
Yeah. Or even like, I like things like cucumbers,
Yes.
just random stuff,
Yes.
in my water. It makes me like give a little bit more incentive in the cold weather. In the summer, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
But in the cold, a little more challenging, I think. But I think what you're saying is take baby steps, right? Like take baby steps and get this thing. A lot of these habits weren't created overnight. So they're not going to be. And I like what you said about, and it sounds simple again, but I like what you said about if you mess up, don't like think to yourself, okay, I'll restart on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You can start that next
Yes.
meal. I like that baby step in that, and just saying, you don't have to wait until next week. Why? Why you just starting your next snack? I mean, I don't know why it sounds so simple, but you do hear a lot of people say, you know what, I'm going to wait till Monday. I'll just start again next week. But why not start with your next meal?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. It's hard not to feel guilty. Even for me sometimes, Taryn, I still love potato chips, and every now and then I will have potato chips.
Yeah.
But when I have them, I have to make sure I don't feel guilty for eating them. I like the crunch, and but I am weaning myself off of potato chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me how it goes, because I need to be there. Tell me how that one goes. But I also like, your title, like your Insta handle, Serve Your Body, right? This is about serving your body. It's the only one we got.
The only one we got, Taryn. It's the only one. We only get one body. And it's up to us to make sure our body is healthy. No one else can make us healthy but us.
Right. I'm going to write that one down. No one else can make us healthy but
Absolutely.
us. Yeah.
And we need to make sure that we take it serious, and it's the mindset. Sometimes our mind plays games on us, and we just fall right into it every time. We'll go to a family gathering. We'll say, "Oh, I'm only eating fruits and vegetables." We get there, we see the fried chicken, the fried fish, or whatever you eat, and we fall off plan. And our environment, oh my gosh, if you're not fortunate enough to have someone in your household or around you that's trying to eat like you are, it can be difficult. It can be difficult.
That's where I was going. So what are some obstacles we're going to come across in serving our body?
Some of the obstacles are going to family events, going to parties. Those are some of the obstacles that we are going to come across, but we can overcome them.
Okay.
If it's a, bring a dish to the party, well, bring a salad, bring something that you're going to eat. And something that I like to do is eat before you leave home. And you don't even have to worry about being hungry. And if they have vegetables, nibble on the vegetables. There is always a way for us to stay on plan if we want to stay on plan.
Yes. There's always a way to write that one down too. There's always a way for us to stay on plan. Always a way for us to stay on plan if we want to stay on plan.
If we want to. And you know, one thing is we have to figure out why we are doing it. And it's easy to say, oh, I want to be healthy. Oh, you know, I don't want to be sick. But we have to keep that why in front of us. And sometimes our why is our children. Sometimes our why is, you know, our family. And sometimes our why is even, well, I like my job and I want to work in my job and feel good. Or I want to take a walk, you know, with my grandchild. So we have to keep our why right in front of us so we can remember it all the time. And even if it means posting it on the mirror, posting it in your phone, have it pop up in your phone or on your dashboard in your car, you know, wherever, so we can remember why we are doing this.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I wrote that one down too. Keep our why right in front of us. You know, I like that. Whether it's mentally in your, you know, mental top of your mind, whether it's literally written out in front of your mirror every day, you know, for you when you wake up. I think that's important too. I was going to go. So you were talking about the obstacles, and I think some of those keeping your why in front of us is just helping you to overcome that, right? Helping you to overcome whatever kind of things, because there's no doubt, you know, things are going to come in. Things are going to come into play when you're serving your body well. Things are going to, like you said, kind of, you can almost self-sabotage yourself into, you know, craziness, right? Not serving your body well. Oh, where I was going, what I was thinking about was, I love the tip of eating before you go. I practice that. That's one of the things I practice, is if I'm going somewhere where I know I'm not too sure what's going to be here, I like to stay on my plan and I eat before I go. Or I've been even known to, like you said, kind of sneak off into the car and eat my own little plan, as opposed to eating what's there. I often pack my meals, so I will eat whatever I made, and then I don't feel hungry, and I don't feel like I didn't get a chance to eat, but I just feel like I ate kind of what's in my plan.
Exactly.
Because oftentimes, if I eat what's off of my plan, it doesn't actually make me feel that great, you know, because my body's not used to it.
That's right. That, you know, and that is a good point, because sometimes we eat things and then our stomach hurts. Well, if you eat it, if we pay attention when we eat it and our stomach hurts or we immediately get a headache, don't eat it anymore. You know, but we're like, oh, we just keep eating it. Oh, you know, we'll have something, it's too salty, but we keep eating it. No, just don't eat it anymore.
My problem, I will say, so this is the Taryn Lamb Show, season number 9, episode number 4. We're talking to Karen today about serving your body. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you're liking, following, sharing, subscribing. We are on Apple Podcasts at the Taryn Lamb Show. This show will be on Apple Podcast on the Taryn Lamb Show, and we are also on YouTube at I Am Taryn Lamb. Now the challenge comes in when I eat because I want it. My stomach hurts, but I still want it because I'm like, I just want to eat, but then it makes my stomach hurt. Like, I have that a lot, but the biggest thing is beef. Like, if I want a steak, like sometimes I want a steak, but I eat the steak. And not, but I want a steak, you know? And so it's like, I think you said something about mindset, you know, like tea, like maybe it's just I have a little piece. Maybe I don't have the whole
Absolutely.
Plate.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
what can I do with those type of situations?
That's what I see one of my daughters on. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
And that's exactly right. Because if you have a taste for something and if it's going to drive you crazy, just have a little taste. And sometimes, Taryn, we have to savor it. We have to get a small piece of beef and cut it into small pieces and just chew on it and savor it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, sometimes just getting a little piece of it, it's like, okay. And I know, because I know, like, if you eat this whole thing, your stomach's going to hurt. But I want it. I'm out to eat. I just see it there. I'm just like, oh. But then I'm like, no, because we don't want the repercussions of my stomach being in total shambles, and not.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think going with your title of serving your body, is that really serving my body well? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
I like that title because I need to ask myself each and every time, like, what am I doing, particularly as we talk about wellness and eating? Are we serving our bodies, right?
Right.
So I got one more question, but
Okay.
before I get to that last question, I want you to tell everybody, I know you have, and I'm going to post this, guys, on my Insta right after this. So I just wanted her to share first, Karen to share first, your upcoming events and what you have going on. You have 3 different things I know in the near future. Could you share with everybody what they are and how to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I sure will. My on Instagram, my handle is at Serve Your Body, and it's SERVEUR body. Serve Your Body. And on Sundays, I have a reposition your health masterclass. Everybody is free to come and learn how we can be consistent, the secrets to being consistent. And also, and Tiffany, she's gone through this. I have a 5-day upgrade your health.
Okay.
And with the upgrade your health, I really like it because each day we take one piece of food away and you begin to learn your relationship with food. Can I really go 5 days without cream in my coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Can I really go 2 days without meat? And you begin to see how you are. So on Sunday, reposition your health, and starting March the 17th, I'll have another 5-day challenge coming up, and you can always set up a 15-minute quick call to see if we are a good match for us to work together.
Awesome. Me too. 5-day boot camp. So for those who will be listening, go ahead, and she mentioned her handle, Serve Your Body. So if you're listening and you're listening on Apple Podcast, probably you have Instagram or know how to get a hold of Instagram. You can get a hold of her that way at her handle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching, you are going to see in my Instagram in just a second the links to the events that she just mentioned, that Karen just mentioned. So please make sure you get a hold of her however you're listening to this, however it works for you. But Serve Your Body, and then the links to everything. And this whole podcast, this whole Instagram Live is going to be posted on all 3 platforms within the week. And so, Karen, we are coming up on the last 2 minutes. And for those who are listening, do not judge. Do not judge. But I am a cat lady. Everybody knows I save these little cats. And if you don't know about my little cats, take a look at Instagram. You'll see them there. Mm-hmm. They're little outside cats. But you know what they say about cats and curiosity? It doesn't work out so well. So, Karen, what are you curious about?
What am I curious about? Well, one, I want to say hi to my sister, Sandra.
Hey,
she just hopped on. What am I curious about? I am curious about how curiosity killed the cat, right?
Right. I know, but don't say that. We're not curious about that. We don't want to know that. You're not a cat lady?
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just curious about how serious people are about their health.
Yeah.
Do they really want to be fit? Do they want to eat well so they can live well? So I'm curious about that, and I'm curious about if we just begin to stay in the produce section of the grocery store, how our lives will change. And another thing I'm curious about is when we go to events, if we focus on the fellowship and not the food, how much more rewarding will that be? So I challenge everybody to stay in the produce section. I challenge everyone to focus on the fellowship when we go to events or when we're with our families. Even at home, focus on the fellowship rather than the food.
I'm going to write that one down. Focus on the fellowship rather than the food. Okay, so we got no minutes left. So we got, hi, and I think that your sister
Yes.
again, been on the beginning, share with me. Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Focus on the fellowship rather than the food. There's always a way for us to stay on our plan if we want to stay on our plan.
Yes.
Somebody can put together a plan for you, but you, my dear, have to put in the work.
Yes.
No one else can make us healthy but us. And we'll end it with this one.
Okay.
Keep your why right in front of you.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Taryn, thank you so much for your time. This is the Taryn Lamb Show, season number 9, episode number 4. I'd love to have you on the show. If you are listening, if you know someone who should be on the show, I'd love to have them on the show. Until our next guest, take care of yourself and each other. Talk to you soon, Karen. I'll give you a buzz. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye, everybody.